awesome.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
They've added quite a bunch of new heroes. And aren't they going to do like a DLC to add more heroes or something? Or just like, maybe not DLC, but just like a patch or something? I could have sworn I heard that they were going to do something to that effect. So you'll need to recruit these 2 heroes to fill out a party of 4. Drag and drop them into the roster. While you're here, spend some of your starting resources on upgrading the Stagecoach network. This will increase the number of heroes available here in the future. To upgrade, click the plus symbol on the left and then click the upgrade. Okay, so there's a Plague Doctor, which I believe is kind of like the mage of the group, and then there's a Vestal, which I don't know who that is, but...
What better laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield?
Yep, definitely mage. Scientist-y sort of figure.
A sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
Oh god, a battle cleric? Sweet. Alright, so this is how we can upgrade. Increases the available heroes for hire or increases your roster size. I would go for roster size. Alright. No, well, I'm halfway through my roster, but I don't want to just only have 2 per stagecoach. So, increases number of available heroes to 3. Increases size of roster to 12. Let's do the Stagecoach network. Increase number of available heroes to 4, but you need 8. 8 of those, and I only have 7. Increase size of roster to 12. Nah, I don't need to upgrade my roster just yet. That would be a waste of resources.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Oh, so this is kind of like... Is this like the list of things that I have to do to eventually beat the game? There's different versions of these enemies. Bring in 8-pounder, 12-pounder, 16-pounder. There's a wizened hag, the hag, and the hag witch. A swine prince, a swine king, and a swine god. Conclude the final stage of your campaign. So I'm just checking what these are. Alright, so this is a glossary in case I ever get confused with stuff, so... Actually, is something I wanted to check in here. Protection indicates what percentage of incoming damage is mitigated. Dots, bleed, blight, ignore, protect. Alright. And then I wanted to check this, of course. Torchlight. The amount of light in a dungeon. Adventuring in brightness is safer but less rewarding, while adventuring in darkness is more dangerous but more rewarding. So it's kind of like... It's kind of like upping the ante, but also upping the risk of your people dying, so... It can be increased by using torches. So if I want to risk the lives of my heroes, then I could, but... I'll probably go for the safer route for the beginning portions. So we have different types of camping skills, or every character has different types of camping skills. And it takes up time. And you only have so much time to camp before you progress, so you kind of have to choose which ones you think would be most beneficial. So some of these like reduce stress, some of these reduce stress damage, some of these remove debuffs. We have all these different abilities. Although these are locked for now. And these are our base stats. Let's see, max health, dodge, protection points, speed, accuracy, modification, crit, and damage. Pretty straightforward RPG stuff. Warrior of Light, plus 10% damage if torches above 75. But he's God-fearing, in town will only pray for stress relief, and he's a kleptomaniac, so he's prone to stealing items. Well, since he was the leading character of the Crusade and all that, I guess I have to name him after myself, come on. Although it would be pretty awkward if I died and this was my estate, because it would take over the estate. Okay, so this is a clone of me. I'm a warrior of light, but I'm kind of a dickish warrior of light because I'll steal your shit when you're not looking. Alright, Dismas. It looks like this class, a highwayman, is a long-range sort of class. So I kind of want to just take a look at these different abilities. So now that we're not on a time limit, he has a pistol shot. It's accurate. Doesn't do as much damage as, you know, like a melee attack, but it can get to people in the back row, and it has a better crit chance. But if I use it on myself, then it's extra damage versus marked enemies. Grape Shot Blast, which is something that hits multiple people, but it does do little damage. Less chance of crit. Tracking Shot. I'm guessing that's how I mark people? It has a very, very low amount of damage, but it's very accurate. And I can use it on myself to increase my damage output, my accuracy, and my critical chance. And then Open Vein, which speaks for itself. It can make an enemy bleed to death. Hell yeah. Let's see, he has Wound Care, 1 companion, heal 15%, remove target bleeding, remove target blight. Clean his guns to increase the stats, and in a bandit sense, which prevents nighttime ambush, less chance of us being surprised, and a better chance of monsters being surprised. And he has a very high resistance to stun. That's due to his resolve level and his quirk. So hard noggin, quick reflexes, so it adds to his speed, but he's a known cheat, so he's not allowed to gamble while in town. Oh, that's definitely dark. That is definitely dark right there. He has the hardest noggin I can imagine. And he's a gambler. You should see him on Poker Night Tuesdays. Oof. Alright, we had the Plague Doctor. See what his skills are, because I know I'm taking a lot of time to do this, but this is kind of the beauty of this game. I think that the beauty of an RPG is not just like the combat, but it's also the stuff that happens in between. The exploration of a town in like a big open world, but in this case, it's taking in like the RPG elements, like these quirks and the combat skills, and really strategizing before the next round. Plus, I'm kind of a noob, so reading this stuff is going to help. Plate Grenade. He has to be in the back row. He or she needs to be in the back row to throw this, and they can only hit a back row. Very accurate. Doesn't really do damage, but it is like 100% chance of blighting an enemy. 4 points /RD for 3 rounds. Oh, 4 points a round for 3 rounds, so that can be really useful. Battlefield Medicine. I have to be in the back row. Heal. Cure Blight and Bleed, or Cure Blight and Bleed on myself. So it's a basic spell. Emboldering Vapors, plus 25% damage, plus free speed. can work in any row, and this can pretty much work in any row except the front row of the enemy. Ranged, very accurate, does no damage, shuffles. Enemy party, it clears all corpses. This also stuns. Shuffle single. What does shuffle mean? Ah, it's not in here. Great. I guess it's like shuffles where they are on the map, like in the party order. See, encourage, leeches, heals 15%, self-medicate, reduces stress and heals self. This is pretty good. Blight chance and death blow resistances are high. Chance of being stunned very high. Has very low HP. So in comparison to everybody else, the Plague Doctor is probably the squishiest. And this Plague Doctor, Nymphomania, plus 20% stress heals received in brothel. So going to a brothel is like, yeah, good times. Healer's Gift, plus 20% to heal skills while camping. They're also a kleptomaniac, but they're also obsessed with the paranormal, which I don't know what that means, but maybe it's better I don't. Okay, so let's see. Into the paranormal, and also a perv. Capo. I'm gonna piss off some of my friends, I'm sure. Don't kill me, please. Alright, so this is a Vestal. This is a Battle Cleric. This is also a back row class. Judgment. You can heal oneself or do damage to an enemy. Divine Grace heals 3 to 5 points. Party Heal, Divine Comfort, and Illumination, which I can only do in the front row. Accuracy 80, damage mod is half damage, but it reduces dodge, and also increases the torch. And has several camping skills that are intuitive to healing. So if religious, if not religious, does different things. One companion increases the accuracy and dodge. High chance of resisting a death blow. Everything else is pretty much subpar. Slightly better HP than the Plague Doctor, but not by much. And plus 10% damage to range skills. She's alluring. Evasive, plus 5 dodge. She essentially had no dodge. Witness. After seeing troubling behavior, will not take part in prayer activity in town. In town, will only visit the brothel for stress relief. She has a love interest. She will not go anywhere else except a brothel. And she's like a cleric too, so a cleric who will only go to a brothel for stress relief. That's interesting. She has a love interest back at home. She gets troubled easily by seeing not so nice things happen. She's quick on her feet, and she's badass even in a healing job. We will go with Sukai for that one. And somehow I still think she'll find that offensive. Alright, so we are ready to go, I think. See, trinket inventory, we don't have any trinkets. Alright, I guess we'll embark now. Okay, so after that period of just oogling over my possibilities and capabilities and other abilities here in the estate. We have our 4 people. We have Ryouseiken, aka myself, or a clone of me, actually. Or somebody who just wants to be me, which, who can blame them? We got Dark Frog, we got Kappa, which for some reason bothers me that her name is shorter than everybody else's, and Sukai. So I want to double check. Let's see. Okay, so preferred position, the back 2 rows. Sukai would prefer to be in the 3rd row. Plague Doctor. I'm just double checking because I want to make sure that I put them in the position that they would most like. Dark would be the best in the 2nd position. So 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and Kappa would be at the rear. There's so many things I could say about that, just to get under her skin.
Of madness and morbidity. Your work begins.
I've been sitting on my damn foot the entire time, and now I can't feel it at all. Let's see, estate map, scout, test yourself in the mad realm of your fallen ancestor, take note of how the characters have taken over, but don't delve too far. It's a short dungeon, apprentice level 1, goals, explore 90% of rooms. What's this? Creature's power waxes terrible. Recover the protective relics from the long-abandoned base camp, but beware the shuffling horror. Goals, kill 1 shuffling horror. Recommended to be at least level 6, it looks like. Yeah, we're staying away from that place. Enter this, the most dreaded of regions. So there's 5 different areas, it looks like. At least, I think. So we're starting here. We can get at least 3,000 gold, 4 crests, and a move stone. Plus 20% move skills chance. Minus 1 speed. Alright, so goal is to explore 90% of rooms. We won't push ourselves if it gets too iffy. So Sukai, Kapo. Red Hook? Is that the name of our team? Is it like different names depending on who's in the party? I'm down with that. Alright, so now we go to provisions.
The cost of preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood.
True fact.